All right, you guys, let's make a video about why men and women are losing interest in dating each other, because we have these angry feminists and we have these angry men or passive men. Angry men and passive men are turn off to women, and angry women are turn off to men. So I had someone who watches my YouTube videos email me, sent me a long email explaining how, based on my people pleaser video, he was a people pleaser and he was with this controlling wife, and then he found his way out of that and became very more masculine, worked on his career. Now he's got his house paid off, he's got his dogs, and he's got, his fitness and his everything going great, and he's very happy with his life. But now he finds he doesn't want women because he doesn't like what he sees in women. And I totally get it, because I see a lot of these videos on my YouTube that come up on YouTube, and they're like different clips from TikTok. A lot of these women are super angry, and I could see why you wouldn't want to be anywhere near those women at all. They're like so angry, they're just so entitled. And I'm going to read to you an email I got from a gal that I used to work with. She was, this was quite a few years ago. We worked in an office together, and she at that time was like, I think she was like in her mid-20s, so she's probably in her early 30s now. And we were having this discussion about men who are people pleasers, and she's really good with people, so I'm going to read you her email. But also, she was saying that, oh, no, this is another friend of mine who was on a dating app, and this is a woman in her mid-20s. She was saying that she went on a date with this guy. He owns his own house. He makes a really good living, but they just didn't hit it off. He was a little too passive for her. But this gentleman told her on the date that another woman he had met on the app said, "How dare you even approach me? You're not good enough for me at all." And this woman had 4 kids from 4 different men and worked part-time in a gas station. But she was super hot, she was really good looking, and so she thought that she was entitled to like this super great guy. So many women are so bitchy. The bitchy feminist movement started with Gloria Steinem, who is a toxic feminist. Gloria Steinem is a toxic feminist. When she said a woman needs a man like a fish needs a bicycle, I could never understand it at the time, but now I get that she's angry. She, in my opinion, should go through some therapy, because it's incorrect to say that women don't need men. We need men for relationships. We need men. To have children, we need men. A woman just getting some sperm and having a baby on her own, those kids are not going to fare well. Children need a father. A woman needs a man in the home, male energy, to protect, to provide, to create leadership, and that masculine energy is just so grounding for me as a woman. And men need women to inspire you, for companionship. We need each other for sex. Is Gloria Steinem gay or what? She started this whole movement of I don't need a man, and there's a lot of anger in that. I don't need no man. That's very angry, and I don't think that we're born to hate each other, okay? But then we also have these angry men. They're in the incel sphere, the mega manosphere, and they're angry because they were told that if they're just nice guys, they can get women. And if they can't get women, they get super angry. So instead of figuring out what qualities that women want, which is what I do on my channel, a lot of these guys get super mad at me for explaining it. And I actually like men, but they get mad at me and project all their anger onto me that, what's wrong with me for even saying that women have standards. We do have standards. We are supposed to have standards. Most women find most men repulsive. We are animal beings. Now, when it comes to our prefrontal cortex and our compassion for other people, yes, we will talk to men. You know, if we're waitresses, we'll bring them food, and if we work in a customer call center, we'll take their calls, and if there are neighbors, we'll say hi to them or bring them cookies. But it doesn't mean that we are attracted to them physically or want them touching us. And this is the thing that a lot of men don't get. They get angry at nature and at natural selection, and they get angry that they're not in the mating pool. And instead of using their brain to figure out why they're cast out of the dating pool, they just get mad at women. And women who don't have any men in their lives just get mad that the right guy just hasn't shown up instead of realizing what they need. So this is what I think they need. If I were a man, I would look for a woman who's pretty, feminine looking in appearance. This is just me, okay? But a lot of men can probably relate. I'd want her to be happy with her life, intelligent, interesting. I want her to keep a good house, do some cooking, nurture me, be sexual, have something going on, be like a learner, be into her health and her fitness. I'm just imagining what I would want as a man. And now as a woman, I want a man who's masculine, who's got some strength, some aggression, who likes to go out into the workforce and compete. And he's fit, and he wears manly clothes, and he's got his sexual energy online. He rocks my world in bed, and he goes off and does manly things without me, and he pursues me, and he gives me his masculine presence and his focused, directed attention. These guys on the dating apps are so passive. They don't even ask me out. It's a turnoff. So the incels are angry. They hate women because they haven't figured out how to get them. And hating women is the number one way you don't get women is you hate them. And I can see the haters in some of the comments. That's where you don't get women, because you hate them. So that's the number one tip. But these guys don't want tips. But those of you who want tips, is stop hating women, okay? The number two thing is the passive guys. Well, they're just kind of smoke too much weed or drink too much. They've given up. And they're passive. So those are repulsive to women also. And mating is not a pity game. Okay? It's not based on compassion and pity. It's based on survival of the fittest. A passive guy doesn't feel safe. A people pleaser is a passive guy. He's not genuine. He's fake. He's not safe. He's dangerous. He's not going to protect me. You know? I can't feel safe with him. So being passive and being angry with women are ways you get weeded out of the dating pool, or you get like very controlling women. The way to get women is to actually like women and to be in your masculine energy. And that's really lacking today. And a lot of men weed themselves out of the dating pool because they believe, they passively obey, you know, don't talk to women, that's creepy. Well, if you believe that, you've weeded yourself out. It's natural selection. But if you're super creepy and go up to every woman's like, can I have your number? That's creepy too. You've weeded yourself out. So we as women have a lot of filters. We're supposed to be the selectors. We are the selectors. And the videos I'm making here are from a woman's point of view and what I see lacking in men today. Not all men. I mean, most men are doing fine. The men in relationships are doing fine, but the single men need a lot of help. And I'm just here to tell you what I think you need to do. And I also ask for men to tell me, okay, well, what is it that you want in women? I think women have to learn to be feminine again and invite men into their lives. But it's often hard to do because the women, we see men who are either the incel angry guys who have like, I've checked, they're either angry with women, I don't need women, or they've checked out in a more passive way, like I can't meet any good women, I'm good here with my dog and my blow-up doll and my porn. Or these really passive people pleaser guys. And these people all get weeded out of the dating pool. Not everybody is going to make it in the dating pool. The dating pool is built on natural selection. And if you want someone who is sexually attracted to you and has a burning desire for you, and wants to build a relationship with you where that person adds joy to your life. Okay? They don't cause financial stress. They don't cause drama. They're not needy or clingy. They add joy to your life because they're interesting and they're happy and they're healthy, physically healthy, emotionally healthy, mentally healthy, and, in their masculine or feminine energy. That's just going to be a small percentage of the population, and that's the part that I'm very interested in. There are a lot of factors in society that are amplifying these problems that we have. Okay, so these women, the women's lib has made women where they don't financially need men, but it's also made them angry because these women are having to be so masculine that they can't relax into their feminine role and accept a man because they're so guarded, and they're told you don't need a man, and they repeat this mantra, and so they're kind of guarded. And then they look at all the celebrity culture and the Instagram models, and they think they can have that. If you're not all that, I don't want that, and I only want a man with all this money. Like, they're so angry. Those women aren't going to get men either. And then we also have amplified telling men that they're toxic with the Me Too movement, and that men just need to be softer and give women what they want. But then when men do, women don't like it, so men are really confused. And when women give men a shit test to make sure that you're a real man with boundaries, and then we ask you for something and you say yes because you want to please us and we don't like it, you get confused. So this is why I'm making these videos, to explain to you that you need to own either your feminine traits or your masculine traits, and you've got to have healthy boundaries, and you've got to be happy in your own life. And that's how you're going to attract the opposite sex. And we women are supposed to be selective. Do not get mad at us for being selective. Instead, look for what's keeping you from being selected. And don't, another piece of advice I have is to stay away from any videos or spaces where the people are angry. And if you're angry at the opposite sex, find out why. Because that anger is a huge impediment to you getting a date. But I'm also going to say that even for me, I have trouble getting dates. Well, I actually have men in my real life that whose company I enjoy, so I'll just keep it at that. And they actually like me because I'm nice to them. But I can't get dates because there's something happening with men. And this is why I make these videos. There's something happening where they don't ask women out. And also, my age works against me because women in their 40s, I know women in their 40s who are going on dates with other men in their 40s or a few years older. But I'm 61, and for me, if getting married was my primary goal, I would be dating men in their late 60s or early 70s. But I don't find they don't have the masculine energy and the sexuality that I want because I'm more younger at heart. So I would want to date a guy in his 30s or 40s because they have more masculine energy. And those guys don't usually want to date a woman my age, or the ones who do, they usually have like nothing going on. So I like very professional, powerful men who've got stuff going on, who are super fit, and I like them younger. And because of that preference, I probably will never have another relationship. And I'm okay with that because the idea of dating a guy who's 68, I see these guys online or in real life, and I'm just so repulsed. And honestly, most women are repulsed by most men. And this is just natural selection. I'm just trying to explain it to you. It doesn't mean we don't want to talk to you, or if we're nurses, care for you, or, if you're a neighbor, say hi to you. But it means we don't want you touching us, okay? We are supposed to be selective because we are the procreators of life. We are supposed to be selective. And what I'm pointing out here is that a lot of men are falling short. The reason I don't want to date older men is because they let themselves go. They got a belly, they got a bad attitude, You know, as you go through life, life will disappoint you. You're going to get divorces. You're going to have illnesses. You're going to have financial problems. And young people haven't had to go through all that yet. So they're still pretty happy and enthusiastic and excited about their future. But if you've been disappointed over and over and had heartbreaks, you're more likely to be bitter and to be angry and to drink and to check out and to get a beer belly and to be like, who needs women? And to just look run down, frankly, because all the years of bad diet and over drinking have run you down. And I don't like run down men. This is why I make a lot of these videos. I want you to be healthy. I want you to be happy with your life. I want you to have strong shoulders and have good energy. And a lot of you guys are going to be big victims and be like, these damn women, they want so much. I just want you to be healthy. What does a healthy man look like? He's fit. He's in command of his body. He's in command of his sexual energy. He's in command of his emotions. He's in command of his life. And a lot of you guys leaving these nasty comments on my YouTube channel have no command of your emotions. You're like these reactive little bitches, frankly. And that's a turnoff. You got to knock that shit off. I would recommend that, you know, these guys are not getting women, to surround yourself with masculine men in men's groups who teach you how to be a man because you maybe never learned. Or do some treks in the wilderness. Go on some wilderness things, like a week in the wilderness where you're back camping in the woods, or learning to hunt, or learning to build a campfire and put up a tent. Go to the gym, lift some heavy shit, go for a run. Get rid of your anxiety, get rid of your anger, tune into your own masculinity, make yourself to where you're happy with your life and where you welcome giving your energy to the opposite sex. Okay, like I like men and I want to feel a masculine energy and I want to surrender and submit to it with an open heart. But I'm not going to give that to just any man. You know, I've got a lot of followers on my Just for Fans. I've got, you know, men that I spend time with who buy things for me. I get masculine energy, but that's more kind of like arrangement related. It's not like dating related. So if I didn't have that, I don't know what I would do, you know, but I see the trends happening. Like Christine Ember wrote an article in the Washington Post about men are lost. You can follow Scott Galloway, Chris Williamson. Everyone's talking about the lost men. And I'm telling you, as a woman, it's not only annoying, it's deeply painful. It's deeply painful to me when I see men who are angry, passive, checked out, run down, fat, lazy, afraid to ask me out, anxious. Like, those are turnoffs, and it's painful to see. Now, okay, not all men, but there's a lot of that out there, and those are the single guys. It's painful to me to see that. And it's also painful to me when I see women who are so angry with men. Like, how are men supposed to like us when you're going around being so angry? If I had a boyfriend, what I would do, what I imagine I would do is I would make sure we had a nice dinner every night. He comes home from work, I have a nice dinner ready, we have a nice conversation, we have lots of good sex. He goes off and does his stuff, I go off and do my stuff, you know, we have interesting conversation. I don't really know what else we would do together, but I'm not looking for travels. I'm not looking for a guy to spend money on me. I'm looking for a man whose masculine energy I enjoy because he's interesting. He's got stuff going on. He's confident. Like, he's an entrepreneur. He's a good father. He's got guy friends. I respect him and I look up to him. But I don't need him to take care of me or to give me happiness because I'm already happy. But I need men like a fish needs water. Gloria Steinem had it all wrong. So she either has to be gay or what? I don't know. But she did a lot of damage with her slogan. and I need a man like a cyclist needs a bicycle. I need a man like I need air and food and water. And even if we're not dating men, well, yeah, we need men. She means it like in a relational way. I need men like a fish needs water. I need their energy. I mean, I need them. They fix things, and they create structure and order and competitiveness. Like, but when men are weak and checked out, it is annoying. It makes women angry, and it makes us sad. And maybe a lot of these women are angry because men have checked out. You know, the masculine is supposed to provide and protect. But when you're checked out, when you're on a dating app and you don't ask me out, you're not protecting or providing. You're being disrespectful to yourself and disrespectful to me. And when the society is telling you to put on a mask and you're not complaining and picketing and saying no, you're being passive. And women are going to get angry with that, you know? So don't listen to the people who tell you that you're toxic for being a man. Don't listen to Gloria Steinem. Do not listen to these women. And that's all I want to say.